following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Arndt McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Call them straight now.
And a very pleasant good evening across the Eastern Panhandle, wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're at Sager Field in Shenandoah Junction, West Virginia. It is an old rivalry renewed for the second time this year. The Martinsburg Bulldogs in town taking on the Jefferson Cougars. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Sports, I am Matt Crawford. To my right, Matt Miller. Our on-site producer is Donald Kenny. John Alderton, the TV 10 cameraman for this evening. Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio. Well, Matt, Jefferson comes in 17-1, what most people are ranking, including the metric that most go off of, the number one team across the Mountain State. But for Martinsburg, they're coming in what has to be one of the hottest teams across AAA in the Mountain State. They have a record of 14-5 on the season, so this is shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned where these two teams are. You're looking at a Martinsburg squad that has won 8 consecutive games and 12 of their last 13 after a 2-4 start to the season, and this is not the same Bulldog team that Jefferson saw when they met back on April the 19th. As for the Cougars, at 17-1, they've won 5 in a row. Remember, they opened the season at 12-0, suffered their only loss on the road over in Winchester against James Wood. 8-1 was the final in that one back on May the 10th. But since that time, they've put 5 straight in the win column and have shown why they still are and should be the number one team in the state.
And these are two teams that could see each other in the regional round of the postseason. Sectional-wise, we are now 14 days away from the postseason starting. It is the 1st of June, which will be the first day. That's the Tuesday after Memorial Day, not doing anything. I know the date says, if you look at any website, that it starts that Monday. I know at least in the Eastern Panhandle, they are not doing anything the Monday. That is the Memorial Day holiday. Everything will start that Tuesday and go Tuesday, if needed, through Saturday, weather or game pending. And right now, for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, I think the way they've been playing, the way the Musselman Applemen have been playing, and the little skid that the Hedgesville Eagles are on, I think that section is up for grabs right now.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at the section with Jefferson and Washington and Hampshire, clearly the Cougars are at the top of the heap there. When you look at Hampshire and Washington, I think that's probably a battle for which one is going to be 2 and which one will be 3 in that 4-team section out of Berkeley County. As you said, Hedgesville got off to the hot start and looked like they would be able to wrap up that 1 seed, but a little bit of struggle going on right now while Martinsburg has been able to turn things around. And, Musselman with a win over Hedgesville last night. They've won 5 out of their last 6, so we'll have to see how it plays out over at least the rest of this week as the area teams will all be playing one another, and even into early next week when I believe relatively early next week the coaches will be placing those votes, and then we will have a better idea of what these sectionals will look like in that following week.
But no doubt about it, this Jefferson team will go in as the number one team in the region, which means they should get a bye, or will get a bye if they are the number one team in the region, meaning they're the number one team in the section. They will get that first game bye, at least, as Washington and Hampshire would play each other.
Well, and the hard part about it, when you look at the region, it used to be in the past where you had a regional semifinal. You actually broke the region down into 4 sections. The regions were a little bit bigger, a little bit different, but then you would have 2 of the sectional champions meet in a sectional or regional semifinal, and then you would have the regional final was all single elimination. Now you get into that regional tournament. Whoever comes out of Berkeley County and would likely have to face Jefferson, you got to beat them in a best 2 out of 3 series, and that's going to be really tough to do.
That is our matchup. Let's send it back to the studio, take a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll hear from both head coaches as part of the pregame show. It's Jefferson and Martinsburg coming up here in just a few minutes. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Welcome back into the pregame show. It is time to hear from both head coaches. Let's start with visiting head coach Aaron Byler. He is in his 4th season, 3rd on the field as the leader of the Bulldogs. And I got my conversation started with him just talking about how well his team is playing at this point of the season.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to starting to do the little things. We're throwing first pitch strikes. We're hitting with 2 outs. We're hitting with runners in scoring position. And we're starting to manufacture a couple runs. I think we're playing better baseball, but I think we can always, try to hope to save our best baseball for the end of the season.
When you look at what has really changed for you guys over the past couple of weeks, hitting a lot more consistently, how have you seen those bats come around? Did you expect just more at-bats would fix the batting struggles from the beginning of the year?
Well, you hope that the more bats they got, the better their approach would get, and the better they would do with moving runners and hitting with 2 strikes, and I think they've done that. And credit to them, they take every day in the cage seriously, and they work on getting better. And I told them yesterday at practice, I said, at this point, it's really not about mechanics. It's about you getting your own reps and knowing what you need to work on, and they've done that.
You guys not too far away from the sectional round of the playoffs. 2 weeks from today is when that will get started. How much do you look forward to a game like this when you're really in crunch time of the regular season?
Yeah, I think we're fortunate to have the number 1 ranked team in the state in our backyard. I think it gives us an opportunity to go out there and play the best, and anytime you can play the best, you want to do that. And it's going to be a tall task for us, and it's going to be a great opportunity to see where we're really at.
Joe Paulson on the mound tonight. He was the one that threw the first 3 2/3 first time you guys saw each other, but a different team now and probably a different pitcher now in Paulson. What do you expect to see from him tonight?
Yeah, I think so. When you go back and look at that game, Joe gave up a home run in the first, and he threw 2 clean in the second and third, and then the wheels came off a little bit for us in the 4th. It's Joe's turn to pitch, so he'll pitch. We got confidence in all the guys that we throw out there, and I know Joe's had this one circled on the calendar, and he actually asked for it again. So we're excited to see what he can bring tonight.
There's Martinsburg head coach Aaron Byler. Let's now go to John Lowry Sr., and we got our conversation started with him just about, again, how his team has rebounded after that first loss of the season just a few weeks ago.
Well, that's I thought we played well over the weekend out in the Bridgeport area. I thought we had a solid game last night. And, baseball's, that's the nature of the game. You're not going to win every game. And as long as you can be consistent in your approach and just try to stay with your process and let the results kind of take care of themselves, that's what we aim to do. And I thought, looking at last night's game, we got a good pitching performance out of Will Ricketts. We defended really well last night. Had 3 exceptional plays in the outfield, and nice play at shortstop on the ball in the hole where we were able to get a force out at second. And I like the kids are playing loose, and for this point of the season, we're getting great baseball weather. So, going forward, it's see what happens.
Things getting going pretty quick here, so we're going to cut that interview short. We'll talk about some of the other things that I heard from Coach Lowry as we get into the game. It's now time to take a look at the starting lineups. Mr. Miller, why don't you give them to the folks on hand, or folks listening on hand, and to the folks back home.
Let's get it started with the Martinsburg Bulldogs. The visitors coming in at 14-5 will have left fielder Landon Sifford in the leadoff spot. He's followed by the shortstop, Jack Reisenweber. Batting third and playing right field is Isaiah Morris. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Caleb Edwards. Batting fifth at third base is Michael Lupus. The number 6 hitter, designated hitter Jake Zittel, and he is batting in the true DH role for today's starting pitcher, Joe Paulson. The number 7 hitter is in center field. That's Shine Knotts, batting eighth and catching Matthew Asanovich. And the number 9 hitter is second baseman Hudson Clement. Martinsburg led by Aaron Byler, assisted by Kurt Zarnecki, Zeke Grissinger, Bo Bartley, Buzzy Jackson, and Larry Cooper. Let's turn to the Jefferson Cougars. The home Cougars, 17-1 on this season. Let's start with their coaching staff, led by John Lowry Sr. Matt is 48th season here with Jefferson, 50th overall, and that's on the field. You got to add that year last year that did not happen. But how about 1,349 wins, 353 losses, and 3 ties? Tonight could be win number 1,350 if Jefferson gets the victory. Assisted by Ken Cross and J.P. Jones. All right, let's go down that Jefferson order. Left fielder Connor Bailey in the leadoff spot, followed by the third baseman, the Bear, Cullen Horowitz. Batting third at second base is Reagan Ollinger. The cleanup spot belongs to first baseman Zach Rose. Hitting fifth and playing shortstop is Camion Gonzalez. The number 6 hitter, designated hitter, Griffin Horowitz, and he is batting in the true DH role for today's starter, Riley Vadaz. Batting seventh in center field, Sam Wabnitz. The number 8 hitter and catcher is Sammy Roberts, and hitting ninth for Jefferson, right fielder Kellen Kinsler.
The Bulldogs getting announced to our left. They come out of the dugout down the third base line, and the all grays tonight. A little bit of orange just above the nameplate on the back. The orange numbers and letters across the front and back of the jerseys as well. For Jefferson, they'll come out of the first base dugout as they are introduced to the folks here at Sager Field. They will wear the maroon jerseys and the white pants. Jefferson in gold across the front, and the numbers on the back in gold as well, with the white hats, the maroon bill, and the maroon JHS across the front. As they go to the defense positions, it'll be 3 across the outfield, and the infield will set up in their infield positions as well.
All right, Matt, let's look at this series for just a moment, at least the recent history. 16-0, Jefferson got the win in this matchup back on April the 19th. I don't expect a game like that in this one today, but let's go back since 2013. Jefferson has won 13 out of 15 in this series with Martinsburg. The last win for the Bulldogs in the 2019 season, a 5-2 victory. That was at P.O. Faulkner Park, and that win snapped an 11-game slide against the Cougars. So this is one that Jefferson has played very well in against Martinsburg, and the Bulldogs hoping that maybe they can come out here and play a little better in this one.
And Martinsburg's certainly not the only team that Jefferson has gotten the better of in the Eastern Panhandle. It's been Jefferson's region for a while here, so definitely not a surprise when you look at those numbers. The subs now coming along the line as we will pause and send it back to the station for a 2-minute break. That should cover the national anthem here, and then first pitch right around the corner. It's Martinsburg and Jefferson coming up next.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Welcome back into Sager Field. It was the battle of the national anthem. Softball playing this exact same matchup just beyond our right shoulder, beyond the fence behind us. And their national anthem started about, 20 seconds after ours did, and you could pick it up in our headsets. And they ended, it was like it was timed perfect. They ended at the exact same time, but we were thinking, okay, this is going to be interesting. It's the battle of the national anthems coming back.
Yeah, I was wondering. They didn't sync it quite right. It was fun as we could hear in our headsets, our crowd mic picking it up. Not only the anthem being played here, but in the background, you could tell everything was off by just a beat or two.
The ceremonial first pitch tonight didn't catch the name, but the owner of T-Dog's Barbecue, which if you've never been there, in Charlestown, right there on Main Street. Fantastic barbecue. If you've never been, highly recommend. Their cornbread is some of the best I've ever had in my life. So that's their little free promotion on the air right now. The ceremonial first pitch is through, and we should be just about ready for warm-ups. Our two umpires tonight, Dave Boyd will be in the field, and Buck Hoffmaster behind the plate.
I don't want to say that he had a sizzling hot fastball. His barbecue's probably a little hotter, but he did have a pretty good first pitch there.
Wow. That just come to your head right then?
I was thinking about it.
It was like you had been working on that for a while.
I was ready. It'll be Riley. It's the exact same pitching matchup we had the first time we saw these two teams. So for Jefferson getting up his warm-up pitches right now, Riley Vadas. Vadas on the season has appeared in 6 games, has made 5 starts, and his record 4-0 with a 1.21 ERA. He has pitched in 23 innings, giving up just 7 runs, and only 4 of those earned. That's come on 21 hits. He has struck out 37 while walking just 5. And when we go back to that matchup against Martinsburg earlier on in the season, Vadas in that one went the distance in the Mercy Rule shortened game, gave up no runs on 3 hits in 5 innings with 8 strikeouts and did not walk a batter. Martinsburg hoping to fare a little better in this one.
Well, Matt, I made the mistake of phrasing the question, which we didn't get to hear in the pregame due to the time constraints with both interviews. I made the mistake of asking Coach Lowry. It was a little lopsided the first time these two teams saw each other. What do you expect to see in this one? And he made sure to tell me. Now, that was actually a pretty tight game until we got later in the game, so I stand corrected. It was a 1-1 game going into the middle innings, and it was a big inning for Jefferson as we got later into that game. That really was the difference, but it was a well-pitched game on both sides, really, going into that 4th and 5th inning.
Yeah, a 2-0 game through 3. Jefferson scored 4 in that 4th, and 5 in that 4th, and then added 9 runs in the 5th inning to really blow it open late.
Towing the pitcher over, Riley Vadas. Stepping in is Landon Sifford. First pitch coming at 5:58. Ball 1, high and inside. Sifford comes in a .349 hitter. That's 22 hits and 63 at-bats. He's added 9 walks in that leadoff spot. He's been there pretty much the entire season as he takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Sifford has done a nice job in that leadoff spot, helping to get this offense going. It is an offense that has produced 176 runs.
That 1-1 pitch Skied to the left side of the infield. Cullen Horowitz comes in on the grass and makes the catch to retire Sifford for out number 1.
Yeah, shot that 1-1 pitch straight up the elevator shaft. Nice play by Horowitz to stay underneath of it. Kept the feet moving, waited for it to come down and made the grab.
That'll bring up Jack Reisenweber, the elder statesman in this Martinsburg lineup. Not the only senior, but the one with the most experience coming into this season. Starting shortstop today, batting .519. The righty steps in, breaking ball, misses just inside ball 1.
I was going to say, and what a senior season he has been having with that average where it is, and then add in 18 walks to just 8 strikeouts, and it's a .640 on-base percentage.
The 1-0 pitch, a fastball check swing. Not sure whether it was a call on the swing or whether it was called at the plate. Either way, the count tied at 1.
Yeah, judging from my angle, I think it was the location of the pitch. He froze on that swing but took one.
1-1 fastball fouled out of play going down that right field line.
The Dawes has some pretty good pop on that fastball in the early going of this one.
Kinsler took a few steps over in right field until he realized that one was out of play. The entire field pretty much sunny right now except for deep down that right field line. This one again lifted foul out of play, pretty much same location. Let's do that 1-2 again.
I'm looking at the numbers for Reisenweber, Matt. 28 hits, and exactly 14 of those have been for singles. He's had 12 doubles with a triple and a home run as well, so the other half of those hits extra bases.
Dawes out of the windup, ready with that 1-2 pitch here. There's a fastball. Reisenweber had to go up and get that one, but was able to foul it off just behind the plate.
And that leads to a slugging percentage of .833. And we talk about what he's done at the plate. Let's talk about what he's done in the field. We've seen him make some very good plays at short in our broadcast this season.
No doubt about it. Dawes again going with the fastball. This one misses high inside. Count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. The infield not shading to the left at all for the right-handed batter. In fact, a pretty good lane to the right of Cullen Horowitz at third base. That 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball, misses low and away, count full.
Really good at bat. This will be the 8th pitch of that at bat as Reisenweber's fought off a couple of pitches, now has the count in his favor.
Here comes the 3-2, the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Good location. Reisenweber watched it the whole way. First strikeout of the game for Dawes. He's now got 38 on the season.
Reisenweber seemed to have a bit of a smile on his face as he turned and walked away. I think that's one where you just nod to Dawes and say, hey, great pitch. Not sure if he was not expecting that or perhaps thought it was going to be outside, but that was perfectly placed on that outside corner.
The big lefty, Isaiah Morris, steps in, takes a fastball trailing in, ball 1, and Matt, he's playing in right field today.
Right field, yeah. I had marked him in as a first baseman on my score sheet, trying to guess what the coaches might do, and that never works.
The 1-0 pitch, that one also missing just below the knees, ball 2. Good borderline pitch, but according to Buck Hoffmaster behind the plate, just a bit low. Here comes that 2-0 pitch to Morris. That one off the edge, 3-0.
Morris on the season, 12 walks to go along with 16 hits, so a .427 on-base percentage.
Here comes that 3-0, the old automatic, a fastball right down the middle. Morris is going to watch that one all the way in. Again, just 5 walks for Dawes on the season. He's hoping not to make it 6 here. Here comes the 3-1. This one lifted into left field. Connor Bailey is over there working to his right. Camps underneath of it for out number 3. The Dogs go in order. We'll go to the bottom of the first. When we come back, it is Martinsburg 0, Jefferson 0.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Tripp's at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to Sager Field. Bottom of inning number 1. Martinsburg going 1-2-3 in the top of the first. For the Cougars, it'll be Bailey, Horowitz, and Ollinger. And Cullen Horowitz now batting in the number 2 spot in the order, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to intentionally walk him because you'd be intentionally walking to get to the power part of the order in those 3, 4, 5.
Well, and you look at Connor Bailey in that leadoff spot, and, you know, if he gets on base, you're hoping that he doesn't go any further than first, right? You want him to be a singles machine right now so that first base is not open so that Horowitz does not get walked. But, yeah, I like it because now you got some protection behind him the way that Ollinger and Rose both swing the bat.
Bailey gets on at a pretty good clip, too. 8 walks to go along with 17 hits, 17 for 50. Is the hits to at-bats. That's a .340 average.
And don't forget that on-base percentage, .444.
Paulson out of the windup to start this one. First pitch low, ball 1.
Paulson with 6 games all starts so far on the season coming in. He's 4-1, that ERA at 3.30.
Here he comes with that 1-0 pitch. That one low and away, ball 2.
Pretty decent strikeout to walk ratio, 34 Ks to 15 walks in 29 2/3 innings. Has allowed 28 hits, giving up 17 runs, and 14 have been earned.
Here comes that 2-0. That fastball does catch the outside corner for strike 1. Good location.
And you get the sense he's really working hard to keep the ball down. You can't elevate it much against this Jefferson team. They've got guys all through the lineup that will hit it hard and far.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one lifted into the gap in left center field, and that is going to find grass. Shine Knott's running after it in center field. He'll be the first one to get there at the base of the wall. Rounding second, he's going to try for third. Is Connor Bailey at the relay in, and he is in standing up with the leadoff triple.
Well, and there you go. That ball elevated, and he did not miss it right down the heart of the plate, and that will be the first triple of the year for Connor Bailey. Came in with 5 doubles, 12 singles, no triples, no home runs. Well, mark a triple there. And he crushed that one perfectly between the left and center fielder.
And a good way to start for Jefferson. Now if Horowitz can even send this one deep into the outfield. Doesn't even have to go with the long ball here. Here comes the first pitch to Horowitz, and boy, does he crush it. And it's a home run deep to left center field. His 13th of the year, and Matt, with that home run, that breaks a record that has stood for more than 30 years. He breaks the single-season record of John Lowry Jr. here at Jefferson High School. 2-0 Jefferson, bottom of the first.
There you go. John Lowry Jr. had a 12-home-run season back in his playing days, and that is now home run number 13 for Horowitz, and he did not miss it. Matt, that went directly over the 365 sign and was out of here by a long shot.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. And you really don't see those a whole lot at the high school level where there are no doubters off the bat, but that one, no doubt about it. RBI number 32 and 33 as well. Reagan Ollinger steps in, takes ball 1 high and inside.
All right, we got to go to a text conversation that you had with Coach Aaron Byler earlier today about how you approach facing him.
That 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 1. I texted him jokingly and said, so you pitching to Horowitz tonight? Or are you going to go with the intentional walk? And he said if first base is open, I imagine we'd walk him. Didn't there, and boy, I think he's regretting that decision. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball called strike 2 on the inner third, and Ollinger frustrated there. I think a little frustrated with the call, more than the fact he didn't take a hack at it.
I then offered the question of had he retrieved those home run balls as Cullen Horowitz had hit 2 homers in that matchup at Martinsburg back in April.
This one a slow roll up third base line coming off the mound is Paulson. A little trouble getting it, and he airmails first base. Rounding first is Ollinger. He is going to make his way to second as that one ricocheted off the fence, working back into right field. And a E1 putting Ollinger at second base. And you could tell Paulson a little bit of trouble grabbing that when it was slow enough. Probably shouldn't have used the glove. Probably should have just barehanded it. But he had to rush the throw, and Caleb Edwards didn't even make a play on it. He immediately turned and started to run to get that baseball, and not the start you want on the mound or in the field for the Dogs.
And a good job of coaching here as Kurt Zarnecki, pitching coach, comes out to just try to settle things down. No doubt about it. Paulson rocked just a little bit by the 2 hard hits to get things started. Knew that was going to be a close play at first. Then after bobbling or not handling that baseball cleanly, you try to do too much with it, and you could just get a sense from the body language on the hill how frustrated he is. And he's got to find a way to settle that down. Not easy to do because you still have a very tough part of the lineup coming up.
Yeah, Rose will step in, the big lefty with 2 home runs and a .356 hitter. He's driven in 14. Cayman Gonzalez behind him. He's hit 2 home runs and driven in 14, a .388 hitter. And then behind him, Finn Horowitz, 2 home runs, 15 driven in, and a modest .290 batting average. So there is no way to pitch around this lineup, that is for sure. A fun team to watch this year, no doubt about it. Rose steps in, first pitch to him. Strike right down the middle. Rose watching the entire way.
All right, so before that error, I was posing the question to Byler about getting those baseballs from the 2 home runs back at P.O. Faulkner Park in April. We'll get his response after this next pitch.
Out of the stretch, here's the 0-1 from Paulson. This one fouled off back towards the football field. 0-2. His response was, I think they may still be airborne.
So there you go. Yeah, when Horowitz hits a home run, he gets all of it, no doubt about it. Winning a home run competition down at the Globe Life Park, the Major League home of the Texas Rangers, back over the summer.
Here comes the 0-2. A breaking ball, had a little bit of movement on it, and a called strike 3 at the plate, 1 down with the strikeout of Zach Rose.
So there you go. Nice job, Joe Paulson, to battle back. Hey, look, you've only given up 2 runs. You know, if you can go at it and get these guys out without giving up any further, plenty of time. You're only in the bottom of the first inning.
Brings up Cayman Gonzalez, the righty, starting shortstop for the Cougars. Again, we mentioned a .388 hitters, driven in 14. He could have 15, just 180 feet away. That breaking ball didn't quite break. The argument was that it may have clipped the jersey coming in from the Cougar bench. No dice, says Buck Hoffmaster, count 1-0.
Gonzalez in 49 at-bats. Struck out just 7 times, had 7 walks. That's a .466 on-base percentage.
That 1-0, low and away, ball 2. Again, at second base is Reagan Ollinger, playing second base today. See him quite a bit behind the plate. Instead, today it's Sammy Roberts. This one going the opposite way. Hudson Clement coming up from second base. He will fire over to first. Caleb Edwards with the stretch in the play. 2 down, moving to third is Ollinger.
A pretty slow hit grounder off the end of the bats. Clement had to come in and pick that one up. No chance to get that lead runner in any way, so you make sure you get the out at first. Ollinger 90 feet away, but with 2 outs, Paulson can go to work on the batter.
Finn Horowitz steps in, the younger brother of Cullen Horowitz. Full name is Griffin, goes by Finn as Cullen goes by Bear. First pitch above his head, he ducks out of the way, ball 1. A true DH tonight is Horowitz.
Yep.
Hitting for Riley Vadas. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Paulson. Breaking ball. This one sent foul over to the fence just to the right of the third base dugout belonging to Martinsburg. Count even at 1.
And you just look at the power numbers for this team. 34 doubles, 1 triple. Of course, add another triple and another home run, so 23 home runs.
1-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees. Strike 2.
When it comes to extra base hits, Jefferson, they're pounding the baseball.
Horowitz going to have to protect here. Jefferson would love to get that run in from third. Here comes the 1-2, a breaking ball, swing and a miss, and Paulson retires 2 in the inning on strikes and now has retired the side. But a big 2-run home run for Cullen Horowitz puts Jefferson on the board. They have the 2-0 lead as we go to inning number 2 after this 60-second break. We're back after this.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
2-0 is Jefferson's lead as we go to the top of inning number 2. Martinsburg due up for them. It will be 4, 5, 6 as they went in order in the top of inning number 1. That's Edwards, Lupus, and Jake Zittel.
Matt can't ask for a better evening for baseball. Sunny skies. It is 79 degrees according to my weather app. Tomorrow going to be another good one. Sunshine and about 82. And then Thursday, partly sunny and around 86. We could see a high of 90 by the time we get to the weekend. So a great week for baseball. We'll have a game tomorrow night for you. Spring Mills in Hedgesville, and then some girls softball Thursday.
First pitch to Caleb Edwards in for strike 1. And our third of the plate was what it looked like from our vantage point. We sit kind of off of the left-hand batter's box behind home plate. Kind of in the corner as the backstop wheels around. 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, a hardy cut taken by Edwards, but whiffed on that swing. Count quickly 0-2, and Vidaz quickly back into the windup as Edwards going to take his time getting back in to the box. Now with the 0-2 pitch, this one, a ground ball sent to Colin Horowitz. He's up with it, fires across the diamond for out number 1.
Edwards turning on that 0-2 pitch. Very nicely played by Horowitz. Didn't get a great hop, but was able to hang on to it and then make that strong throw.
Was able to just kind of flip it up to himself as it was on the edge of his glove. Just kind of pop it up to himself and then make the throw over to first. Michael Lupus steps in. Lupus is starting third baseman. A .340 hitter. That's 17 hits and 50 at-bats as he takes the breaking ball inside ball 1.
Vidal's on his game right now. 16 pitches, 9 for strikes in that first inning to set down the side in order. 3 pitches to get the first out in this half inning.
Lupus takes a hack at this one. He's able to foul it off out of play over towards the cow pasture. Wonder how many baseballs have been lost over there. Hundreds? Thousands?
I'm sure they're all retrieved.
Would you want to go retrieve a baseball in that field?
As long as it didn't land in a patty.
1-1 pitch. That one sent foul just to the left of the third base bag. And once again, Vidal's getting ahead of a hitter. He's ahead 1-2 to Lupus.
I'm looking over there. I don't see it now, but there was a ladder or a staircase at one point in time that had the steps up one side, the little platform, and then step down on the other.
Swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch, and Lupus is retired on strikes for out number 2. Vidal's now 2 strikeouts on the day.
10th time this season that Lupus has gone down on strikes, and you mentioned a pair of Ks. That's 39 now for Vidaz, looking to pick up his 40th on the season with his next K.
Jake Zittel steps in. The righty sends one deep down the left field line. That's going to be in for a base hit, maybe 2 if he rounds first. He takes a big turnaround first. A little bit of trouble in left field for Connor Bailey getting that baseball. And Jake Zittel's in for the first hit of the day for the Bulldogs. It's a 2-out double.
All right, Coach Lynch, if you're watching or listening out there, there you go. That's an offensive lineman. It's one of the big guys who is able to collect that big double. And showing some wheels turning, he was going all the way. There was no way he was stopping without going for 2, and that's his 5th double on the season.
And that's what takes it away from a single and then reaching second on the bobble in left field. As he was coming around first, he was going 2 regardless. So it is a 2-out double and a much-needed hit for the Bulldogs offense. Shine Knotts, now the batter, a center fielder for Martinsburg. Vidaz now out of the stretch for the first time today. Breaking ball in for strike 1.
Yeah, really nice-looking pitch. He's had a lot of movement on his pitches so far in this one.
You don't get 39 strikeouts without a lot of movement on some off-speed.
That is true.
Because a good fastball, but definitely not overpowering with the heater. Quick check back at second. Now here comes the 0-1. A breaking ball, very similar location and a similar result. In fact, identical result, strike 2.
Now, if there's been one part of Knott's game, got to be able to make contact. 22 strikeouts in his 46 at-bats.
Vidaz looks in, gets his pitch he wants. Now comes set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, going with the fastball here. That one low for ball 1. But a good chase pitch. Even better eye at the plate by Knotts. Trying to avoid strikeout number 23 on the season. And Vidal's looking for strikeout 40 on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Fastball trailing away. Misses off the plate ball, too. Again, that one missed. That is an excellent chase pitch with 2 strikes. You're going to get a lot of guys to go after that. Zittel gets his lead off second base. Not a stealing threat at second. You mentioned the lineman. A breaking pitch, a swing and a miss by Shine Knotts. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Vidal's now 40 Ks on the season. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. When we come back, Jefferson due up to bat. They lead 2-0.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know, you pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Seven, 8-9 due up for Jefferson in the bottom of inning number 2. They have the 2-0 lead. It'll be Wabnitz, Roberts, and Kinsler, the 3 due batters here in the inning.
And thank you, Coach Lynch. I just got the text message. I love it. Always listening/watching. He loves it as Jake Zittel, a lineman from the football team, coached by Coach Lynch, showing some wheels and some pop in the bat with a double there in that top half of the second.
Thank you, Tojay Simpson, watching in. If you know Coach Lynch, you understand that joke. Wabnitz steps in, a 167 hitter. Back out on the mound is Joe Paulson for his second inning of work. First pitch swinging, this one elevated, and watch your heads right around us. That one going to hit off the top of the press box roof. Had to watch that one as that one coming right for the area just to our left.
Oh, and up onto that old platform. We broadcast a few games up there years ago, but apparently not in good shape right now. We cannot be up there.
The 0-1 pitch to Wabnitz. This one chopped foul down the third base line. 0-2.
Wabnitz 18 at-bats on the season, has appeared in 10 games, 3 hits total, no home runs, has driven in a couple, has also drawn a walk and has struck out 3 times. So it's a 167 batting average, 250 the on-base percentage.
Here comes the 0-2. This one sent the other way over the head of the second baseman, Hudson Clement, and that is going to be into right field. Rounding first is Wabnitz. He's going to try for a double. Slides in head first, and he's in safe with a leadoff double for Jefferson.
There you go, his first extra base hit on the season, and a nice job to reach out there on a pitch on or maybe even slightly off that outside edge and drive it the other way. A line drive over the head of Clements, and he takes 2. Like the aggressiveness on the base paths.
Yeah, that is an effort double right there. Sammy Roberts, the righty, now steps in, slightly open stance. He lifts one into right center field. Moving back on it is Shine Knotts, and he will make the play. Tagging up at second is Wabnitz, and he will be into third on the slide. Didn't need to slide as he was getting to third just about as that ball coming in to the cutoff man. 1 down, runner at third.
Boy, what a productive outing. Did that ball carry or what? Yeah. When it came off the bat, I did not think it was going to be that deep, but Shine Knotts just continued to go back into his left, and by the time he caught it, there was no way they were going to get Wabnitz tagging and advancing.
Number 9 batter in the order for Jefferson, Kellen Kinsler, now stands in. The righty awaits the first pitch. Here it is, the fastball. This one lifted into left field. Coming in on it, making the play is Landon Siffer, tagging from third, and coming in on the feet first slide to score the third run of the game for Jefferson is Sam Wabnitz. RBI number 3 on the season for Kinsler on the sacrifice fly to left field.
Well, we've seen that a lot, right? Yesterday we saw about 3 or 4 of those as we did the game with Musselman out at Hedgesville. And, man, you got just what you wanted, the leadoff double. You get a deep fly ball that advances him to third. Then you get that fly ball into left field. That goes as a sacrifice fly and brings in a run.
Back to the top of the order, Connor Bailey, the new batter. A triple his first at-bat. One, as they will check back over to make sure the runner tagged at third. He did. The indication from Buck Hoffmaster, our home plate umpire. The run will count. Connor Bailey sent one in the park to left center. He reached, and then Horowitz sent one out of the park in a very similar location. First pitch, breaking ball in for strike one. Bailey thought about it. He loaded up and began to throw those hands at it, but decided to take, and it is strike one. Out of the windup, here comes the 0-1 from Joe Paulson going fastball. This one lifted in to center field. Coming in on it is Shine Knotts. He is underneath of it and will make the catch to retire the side. One run comes across in the bottom of inning number 2. We'll go to the top of the third. When we come back, it is Jefferson 3, Martinsburg 0.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TripsFloorSanding.com. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into Sager Field. 3-0 is the lead for Jefferson at home as we go to inning number 3. Back in, or for the first time today, in with your play-by-play is Matt Miller.
Matt Crawford, thank you very much. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Donald Kinney is our on-site producer. Our engineer at the studio is Colin McLaughlin. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for Martinsburg here in the top half of inning number 3. And the first pitch on the way to Matthew Asanovich. He'll ground it to short, down to a knee. Camion Gonzalez picks it up, and then as he stands and makes his throw, it's wide out towards right field and pulls Zach Rose off the bag, and Asanovich will reach on the E6. Gonzalez went down to a knee. Not sure if he was losing his footing or just making sure he stayed in front of it the way that he went down and scooped. But then as he came up, just didn't get enough on that throw, and it went a little wide as well. Zach Rose came off the bag towards right field to make sure that he caught that one, didn't let it go by. But Asanovich is aboard, and now it brings up Hudson Clement. Clement out of that number 9 spot in the order. First pitch swinging, sends this one into the gap in left center field. It could be trouble. It is down. Rounding second and making his way to third is Asanovich, and he'll be held up there, getting back into the bag, and that's not Asanovich. There was a courtesy runner that was put in, and that courtesy runner is Peyton DeMarco. So DeMarco now stands at third. Hudson Clement with a double into that left center field gap has given Martinsburg 2 in scoring position with nobody out, and right now down 3-0 as they bat in this top half of the third. So it's the bottom of the order that is getting the job done to get the offense going for Martinsburg. Landon Siffert now stands in, takes a breaking pitch high for ball 1. Keep it down here, kid. First time up for Siffert. A pop out to the third baseman. Next delivery on the way. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Evens that count up at 1-1 strike. Vidaz had been working quickly, slowing down just a little bit here, and the pitch to the plate, and that fastball foul tip hung on to by Sammy Roberts. Now at 1-2 strikes. An error and a double, and Martinsburg has something going. Best scoring opportunity. They got the Jake Zittel double in the last inning, but it was with 2 outs. A swing and a miss at a good hard fastball on the 1-2, and Siffert is down on strikes. That's 4 Ks now for Vidaz. One down as it brings up Jack Reisenweber. And head coach John Lowry Sr. says, I will walk Reisenweber and load him up to face Isaiah Morris.
Nothing wrong with that. You're taking a 5'19" hitter and putting him on first. Nothing wrong with that.
And you're getting a force out now at any base. So they are loaded for Isaiah Morris. Let's see if he can come through for the Dogs. And he swings and lines one down into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Will it clear the bases? A wide turn. And yes, here comes Reisenweber. Throw to the plate. Not in time. He slides in safely. That is a double for Morris, scoring 3 runs. And we got a brand new ball game tied at 3.
And that is how you make a coach pay for intentionally walking. The guy in front of you is Morris. Turned on it and had his RBI number 20, 21, and 22 on the season.
Now the bases clearing double, and still with just 1 out, another run in scoring position for Caleb Edwards. And Matt, you look at it, for Martinsburg in the midst of this 8-game winning streak, they have scored a ton of runs. Vidaz ready, looks at the runner at second, pitch to the plate, a fastball lined into right field, and it's going to bounce in front of Kellen Kinsler. Kinsler started in and then quickly realized that he may not get there, went ahead and played it on a hop. Morris had to wait and see, so he goes from second to third, and Martinsburg continues to sting the baseball. An error, a double, an intentional walk, a bases clearing double, and now a single. We are tied at 3 with a go-ahead run just 90 feet away. Runners at the corners for Michael Lupus. The Dogs, in the midst of the 8-game winning streak, have scored in double figures in all but 1 game. Here's a throw over to first. Edwards back in on the dive. Now time taken. Roberts wants to go out and have a quick conference with Vidaz. Pitcher-catcher meet right in front of the mound. Stockton 12 against North Marion in a 12-10 win, a 10-0 win at Berkeley Springs, 14-2 over East Hardy. Then the only game they didn't score in double figures, a 5-4 victory at home against Musselman. 11-0 over Berkeley Springs, 21-3 at East Hardy as we're back to action. And the first pitch to Lupus, up and in, ball 1, 10-4 over Hedgesville on Friday of last week. And then on Saturday, an 11-1 win over Central Woodstock out of Virginia. Here's the pitch, and it's a bunt attempt that goes into the screen up above us and over to our rights. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Looked like more of a safety squeeze. Morris was not charging down the line immediately, but waiting to see, and as contact was made, he came, but Lupus fouled it back.
You could tell the way he went down and got that one. That was a, hey, you should get this down no matter what.
Vidaz ready in that 1-1 pitch. Down low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Boy, he had really rolled through those first 2 innings, just 29 pitches, and 19 of those had gone for strikes. 3 strikeouts and had given up just the 2-out double to Zittel in that second, but Vidaz having some trouble here in this half inning. A swing and a foul tip by Lupus. Again, Roberts hangs on, and it's 2-2. Vidaz from the stretch has the sign. Takes his time, now delivers. Swinging a bouncing ball, third base side. That one foul and gloved, well, handed, I guess you would say, by Aaron Byler. The bare hands in that third base coach's box, or really outside of it. I don't know why they put the coach's boxes in anymore.
No coach stands there.
No, ever.
Although Bo Barley doing a pretty good job at first base. He's in his confined area.
2-2 pitch, beautiful breaking pitch, breaking away from the right-handed hitter, and Lupus swings right past it.
It's been strikeout or nothing the past 2 innings. Now 4 strikeouts over the last 5 outs.
It will bring to the plate Jake Zittel, who doubled his first time up. Right-hand batter, right-hand pitcher, and the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 3-3, we're all tied up. Jefferson 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Martinsburg has answered with 3 here in this top of the third. The runners at the corners, they could take the lead if Zittel can find a hole somewhere. He'll take this pitch low and outside. Now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, breaking ball just missing low. One started about thigh high and ended up breaking into the dirt, so a lot of movement. Just not starting that pitch up high enough.
Edwards a relatively short lead over at first. Pitch to the plate, and this one lifted back out of play off the first base side. Now 1-2. If you're Zittel, got to protect here. Anything close, got to try to make some contact. Vidal's ready in that 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Lifted back up out of play again here off this first base side. That one kind of going over top of the dugout and headed towards where, Matt?
The cow patties.
The cow patties. Or at least the pasture. Hopefully it avoided any patties.
I don't know how much those patties are cleaned.
If they're hard, it's not as bad. It's the soft ones you got to worry about.
Yeah, it's warm out. They're staying soft.
TMI, baby. Too much information. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. Just low and outside now, 2-2. Good eye by Zittel. The Jefferson faithful wanting that call. It did appear from our angle to be just off that outside edge.
Yeah.
Now the break-even pitch. Runners at the corners. 2 outs in the inning, and it's fouled to the screen just to the right of our position. Nice at bat by Zittel.
Yeah, he's battling, fighting off a few pitches, staying alive. Had a double his last at-bat. He wants to find his way on again. If he does, it's either the base is loaded or he's driven at least one in.
Vidal to the plate and got him with a breaking pitch. Looked like it would be high, but Matt, it broke down and into the zone. 3 strikeouts in the inning, 6 on the ball game now for Riley Vidal. That strikeout gets him out of a jam, but the damage is done. An error, a double, an intentional walk, and then with 1 out, Isaiah Morris delivers the bases-clearing 3 RBI double to tie this one up. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd, now Martinsburg 3 and Jefferson 3.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
No chance. We're going to walk.
Here we go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Cullen Horowitz to get things started. Swings at an off-speed pitch. Lifts it high into the air into shallow right field. Coming in on it, Isaiah Morris. And the right fielder makes the grab. And Horowitz retired on just 1 pitch. Matt, in the first inning, he saw only 1 pitch and drilled it over the 365 mark for a 2-run home run when after the first one here and pops out.
And Matt, you and I both wrong right there. The announcement was made by the PA here at Sager Field that Cullen Horowitz would lead it off, and you and I both said, not a chance. He's going to be intentionally walked. But again, Coach Byler rolling the dice.
And this time it paid off. Good pitch from Joe Paulson, and he gets the out, and now Reagan Ollinger stands in, and he takes ball 1. He reached on an error his first time up. That was that slow bouncer up the third baseline in which Joe Paulson, the pitcher, came over, had trouble picking it up, and then threw wildly to first. Breaking pitch for a strike. Count evens up now, 1-1. Take it, both pitchers have had some nice movement on their pitches. Paulson ready. Here it comes. Went with a fastball that just missed inside. Now at 2 balls and a strike. Zach Rose in the on-deck circle due next. 1 out, base is empty. Bottom half of the 3rd and a 3-3 tie. Here's a line drive into right center field. That one's dropping in. Morris will play it on a bounce, and it's a 1-out single for Reagan Ollinger.
He's now reached twice. It was an error that allowed him to reach base in the first. He'd be stranded at 3rd.
4th hit now for Jefferson. 4 hits as well for Martinsburg. So a lot of offense early in this one with the 6 runs on the board and a total of 8 hits. Rose swinging at the first pitch, sends this one into right field. Got jammed just a little bit, but was able to fight it off into right field for a single, and that will put runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 away.
Yeah, muscled that into right. That one clearly off the hand, but you hardly heard that one come off the bat.
Back-to-back base hits. Puts 2 on with 1 away, and it brings up Camion Gonzalez. He grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning, up for a second time against Joe Paulson. Paulson a little better than 30 pitches now in this one. Breaking pitch that was high, lifted into the air, foul down that right field line. Isaiah Morris, the right fielder, over into foul territory, but no chance. That is strike 1. The 0-1 due to Gonzalez, right-hand batter ready. Paulson looking at the runner at second. Now to the plate, misses up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that one about eye-high to Gonzalez backing out of the way.
Gonzalez with some power, some pop in his bat. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Fastball, about belt high on the outside corner. That's a strike, 1-2.
Paulson looking to reach back a little bit on that one. That fastball looking like a little more zip than some of the other ones we've seen tonight.
He stares in at his catcher. Asanovich has the sign, and now with the 1-2. Off-speed pitch, a swing and a miss. He got him. Again, good-looking pitch, change speeds, a little movement at the end, and he gets the strikeouts. That's his third. He had 2 back in that first inning. And with 2 away, it brings up Finn Horowitz, the designated hitter. Finn with an open stance in that right-hand box. Feet not spread more than about shoulder width apart. But that front foot fades down the third base line just a little bit. Takes inside, ball 1. Horowitz struck out on a 1-2 pitch back in that first inning. How's that breaking pitch from Paulson down and away from the right-hand batter? See if Paulson goes back there again. It's a fastball on that outside edge, lifted in the air, foul territory down the right field line, long run, and no one's going to get there. Isaiah Morris in right, Caleb Edwards from first giving chase, but it drops as a foul ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. The lights aren't already on. I don't know that they'll ever take effect the way this one is playing right now.
Oh, and there's not a cloud in sight right now, so that sun going to do its job for an awful long time tonight, as it is starting to feel like summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Not much of a breeze. In fact, really no breeze as you look at the flag in right center.
Not quite what we had the last 3 weeks when it comes to wind. We've seen some windy conditions this year, that's for sure.
1-1 the count. Paulson again looking at the runner at second. Comes to the plate. That breaking pitch in there for a strike, now 1-2.
Well, both these guys on the mound, Vadaz and Paulson, had the breaking ball working today.
Now we got time being taken. John Lowry Sr. wanting to have a quick word with his junior DH. Giving him some instruction before sending him back into that batter's box. There's been a lot of instruction going on in that particular spot about halfway down the third base line over the course of 48 years. All-time winningest active coach in high school baseball, John Lowry Sr. 1-2 pitch, lifted in the air on a line into left field, but right at Landon Sifford. Sunglasses on, looking into that sun. He had it measured all the way. Makes the grab on that line drive, and the side is retired. Jefferson getting a couple of one-out singles, but will leave the base runners stranded with 1 in scoring position. All right, 3 innings in the books. We'll head to the 4th when we come back, and it is Martinsburg 3 and Jefferson 3.
Craven lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
We go to the top half of inning number 4. Martinsburg will have the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due after they sent 8 to the plate and scored 3 runs in that third inning to tie it up. Jefferson plated 2 in the first and 1 in the second. Left a couple of base runners, failing to score in the third. Shine Knotts to get it started. A strikeout victim his first time up on a 2-2 pitch back in the second inning. And time being taken just as Vadaz was lifting the leg and starting into his wind.
I'm not sure Buck Hoffmaster ever put the ball in play. I think that may have been it.
Knotts took the moment to step out, now digs back in, and the off-speed pitch starts this at bat for strike 1.
And I could be wrong about that. Shine Knotts could have taken time at the plate.
Either way, time was allowed, and Knotts stepped out and now back in. He awaits and takes a fastball, had the plate, but down below the knees. 1-1 the count. Matt doesn't get any tighter than this, right? Through the first 3 innings, Martinsburg 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 3 left, and 2 in scoring position. 1-1 on the way. There's that breaking ball again. In their first strike, 1 and 2 for Jefferson. 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 error, 3 left, and 2 in scoring position. The only difference, Jefferson has 1 more hit. It's been a tight one. 1 ball, 2-strike pitch, fouled, a straight back. That one just to the left of Matt Crawford.
Give me a glove, I make the catch. I have the wrongs in the truck.
I think I might have
go grab it.
You'd have had to have lunged for that one. That would have been like a star in the playbook.
You didn't see me play first base back in the day.
I did not. 1 ball, 2-strike pitch, off speed, lifted high in the air, pretty deep into left. Bailey going back on it, is under it and makes the grab. So Knotts gave that 1-2 pitch a ride, but Connor Bailey, again fighting that sun, tracked it all the way and makes the catch in left.
Yeah, shadows just starting to take effect in the corner in right field. Now shading over just about where Kellen Kinsler is playing.
Vadaz will go to work on Matthew Asanovich, who sends a fly ball into right field, drifting over towards the line and making the catch. Kellen Kinsler out in right. So you bring up Kinsler, and he is there to make the play. A pair of fly ball outs, 1 to left, 1 to right, 2 outs, bases empty. I'm looking at it, that's 6 pitches, all that has been needed by Vadaz. Now, that's after 21 pitches to get through that third inning.
He needed an inning like this.
Absolutely.
Should I mention Reagan Ollinger and see if there's a ground ball to second base here?
Hey, let's see what happens. Hudson Clement, the Bulldogs' second baseman, stands in. He doubled and scored his first time up and looks at ball 1 down low. And look at the extra base hits. Martinsburg has had 3 doubles. For Jefferson, you've seen a triple, a home run, and a double. So each team with 3 extra base hits. Bouncing ball towards the second baseman. Backhand stab by Ollinger. Throws while fading away. Ends up hitting the deck after making that throw to first and just could not get enough on it as he was going away from the first base bag. And that'll be an infield base hit for Hudson Clement.
But who was it hit to?
Second baseman. Well, sort of. It was hit in his direction. That's a nice play just to go get a glove on that baseball and then leaping into the air and trying to make that throw. His momentum carrying him away from first, ends up hitting off balance and tumbling to the ground. Nice defense, but still an infield hit, and Martinsburg has a 2-out base runner for Landon Sifford, who takes ball 1. That one blowing outside.
Sifford 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout.
Throw over to first, and did they get him? No. Wow, very close. Clement had a late break trying to get back to first and did a little Fred Flintstone. Looked like those feet were moving, but he wasn't, and made the dive and barely got back in.
Yeah, well, he wasn't even leaning. He just didn't move. He froze like deer in the headlights.
Here's that 1-0 pitch right down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Should I try going 3 for 3 here and pick another name?
That's never good, the deer in the headlights, because you know what happens to those deer. The 1-1, and it's another throw over. And this time, he was ready for it. Clement back in standing.
Shorten that lead a little bit.
2 outs with a runner at first. Top half of inning number 4 in a tie game. There goes the runner. Pitch to the plate taken. Throw down. A head-first dive. The tag not in time. Hudson Clement with the stolen base. Nice throw from Sammy Roberts. The tag applied, but not in time. It was a strike to the batter, so now 1-2 the count to Landon Sifford. A runner in scoring position. Can Sifford bring him in with a clutch 2-out hit? Here comes the pitch. Down low and outside. 2-2. Good throw from Sammy Roberts.
Yeah, double clutched a bit, but still a throw right on the money.
The 2-2 to Sifford. Shortstop Gonzalez had been in behind the runner. Now he's back into position, and the pitch to the plate down low. He had the outside corner, but just a bit away, and that is ball 3. Very close. He's been good at hitting that spot throughout this game. The payoff is due. Sifford is ready. Vidaz to the plate. Fastball. Fouled back over our heads and out of play. And directly looked straight up at the netting and watched it go over. Jack Reisenweber in the on-deck circle. He was intentionally walked back in that 3rd inning. See if he gets a chance to swing it. The 3-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. Off the outside corner, that's ball 4. Sifford with a very nice at-bat, sees 7 pitches and eventually draws the walk. And Martinsburg has something going with 2 outs, runners at first and second.
Now double-digit walks for Sifford on the season. He's now at 10. 10 walks, now 12 strikeouts, as he has added 1 of each today to the stat line.
Rose plays behind the runner with runners at first and second, and now Jack Reisenweber into the right-hand batter's box. That slightly open stance. First pitch to him, breaking pitch. Finding that outside corner for a called strike 1. Reisenweber caught looking at a 3-2 pitch back in the 1st inning, given the intentional walk in the 3rd, and came around to score. Vidaz again taking his time, looking at the runner at second, comes to the plate with a breaking pitch on the inside corner for a strike. There's 2 straight strikes, 0-2. Isaiah Morris due next. Reisenweber, good eye at the plate, doesn't strike out a lot. But down in the count here, 0-2, and the 0-2 pitch fouled to the screen. Holding at 0-2.
You'd love to get Morris back up. He's the reason this game's tied at 3. Had the bases clearing double with 2 outs.
Yep, after Jefferson took the 3-0 lead, that double from Morris tied it up. That's where we stand right now, still 3-3. Vidaz to the plate, breaking pitch, popped foul out of play. That one to our right, and again headed back towards the cow pasture.
I wonder if the cows play with the baseballs.
I don't know. I would think.
Do they fetch? Not quickly, I know, but.
Is that a cowhide on that baseball? They probably steer clear. Again, that 0-2 pitch. Nice battle going on right here. Vidaz to the plate, and the fastball again, pop foul, back out of play. That one will get behind the bleachers. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat, and the count still is 0-2.
At 0-5 right now, if you're keeping track on our stat page.
Reisenweber awaits. Roberts setting up on that outside edge. There's the fastball, and it's lined into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Bailey plays it on a bounce, firing through to his cutoff, and will not get a throw to the plate. Hudson Clement able to go with a crack of the bat with 2 outs, scores from second. A clutch RBI single with 2 away for Reisenweber. Martinsburg takes the lead now 4-3.
And a good piece of hitting, good at bat. Vidaz just couldn't quite seal the deal. And a great piece of hitting by Jack Reisenweber to fight off a few pitches and then find one he likes, sending it into left field.
And he gets to RBI number 20 on the season with that one. So Martinsburg has taken the lead and again has runners at first and second with 2 away for Isaiah Morris. Pitch to the plate, and he hits it well into center field, but Sam Wabnitz able to range over to his left and make that grab, and the side is retired. Still another clutch 2-out base hit. There's been 2 of those in this game for Martinsburg, and it's the reason they have the lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back to Sager Field with Martinsburg leading Jefferson 4-3.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move. mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Sam Wabnitz out of the number 7 spot in the order, the Jefferson center fielder, to get it started in the Cougar half of inning number 4, facing Martinsburg starter Joe Paulson. He's thrown 40 pitches through 3 innings. We got 34 strikes. First pitch swinging. It is hit high and deep and very foul down the left field line. That is strike 1. Wabnitz went the other way to start out the second inning. Had a double into the gap out in right center field and came around to score on a sac fly a couple of batters later. Another conference down the third base line.
And Matt, it's now an official Eastern Panhandle baseball game. Gene and Trip Tobin are here.
Gene has been here. Trip got here a little late. There it was. How was it at the Washington game? What was it? 12-2 Washington over Musselman. So Musselman unable to carry any momentum from the win against Hedgesville last night. Pitch missing down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Hedgesville hangover. That's the way to look at it. Here is a pitch down low, a swing and a miss. Wabnitz swinging right over top of that 1-1 delivery, now 1-2. And I don't know what happened to Hedgesville, what hangover they had. They fall at Allegheny 14-5. So a tough Tuesday for some Panhandle teams. Wabnitz watches that 1-2 pitch down low and inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a good win for Washington. I can't figure them out this year. There's been no consistency for the Patriots at all this year. Musselman coming in as one of the hottest teams in this side of the state. And Washington going through them like it's nothing.
5 wins in their last 6 games for Musselman until they fall today against Washington. And like you said, that 12-2.
Yeah.
The final, I mean, a tough one for them. Little delay in the action as Paulson gets ready now with that 2-2 pitch down low and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count has gone full.
It was a wardrobe malfunction. He had to tuck his jersey back in.
Very important. Got to look good when you are on the hill.
It is sometimes depending on who the umpire is.
Oh, yes. Paulson ready, misses with a fastball. That one just up and away. Nice at bat by Wabnitz. He draws the base on balls and has now been on in each of his first 2 at bats. Leadoff man aboard for Sammy Roberts. Now we see, how does John Lowry Sr. play this one? Do you lay down the bunt with Roberts, advance that runner, put the tying run in scoring position? No indication of a bunt as the pitch misses outside, ball 1. Kellen Kinsler in the on-deck circle. 4-3, the Martinsburg lead. Jefferson batting bottom of the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out. Paulson ready, turns, throws over to first. Back in on the dive goes Wabnitz. Got 5 juniors in this Jefferson order, 5 seniors. Pretty good group that will be coming back even next year. 1 ball, no strike delivery. Due instead, another throw over to first. Again, Wabnitz goes in.
Heard on the washing machine with that jersey after the game.
It's not a game if you're not a little dirty, right? The 1-0 delivery. On the inside corner. Now 1-1 to Roberts.
Man, I know we talk about this every time we're here, but it amazes me just how pristine Sager Field is.
Yeah.
Especially once you get into the later months of the season. I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous.
1-1 pitch. Fouled into the netting just above us. A ball in, 2 strikes now on Roberts. When you look at the Eastern Panhandle as a whole,
yeah,
got some pretty nice facilities for your baseball and softball teams. 1-2 now to Roberts. The runner at first. Nobody out. Here comes the pitch, and missed inside. It's 2-2.
You mentioned softball. We will have some softball action later in the week.
Thursday, correct?
Our third softball game and final of the season. It'll be Spring Mills at Martinsburg.
2-2 the count to Roberts. Wabnitz's lead at first, held on there by Edwards. Paulson to the plate, and the pitch fouled out of play. That one first base side. The Jefferson Cougars started the season with 12 consecutive victories. Suffered their only loss on the 10th of May at James Wood, 8-1 the final, and avenged that with a 6-0 win last night here at home against James Wood. They've won 5 straight coming into this one. Throw over, down a little low, and actually, I think hit the glove and then the foot of the runner as Wabnitz went back in on the dive.
I think it just popped in out of the glove, man.
Did it?
I'm not sure it ever hit the foot of the runner. I think that was all glove. Did you get the ant?
I did not.
You good? No? Okay.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Again, Wabnitz with his lead. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. It's back-to-back batters that he's gone to that full count.
Yeah, and back-to-back good at bats for the 7 and 8 hitters.
Here comes that payoff, and that fastball bounced towards the shortstop. Reisenweber ranging over, backhands, plans, throws in time to get him at first. No chance to get Wabnitz at second. He'll move up on the ground ball out as Roberts is retired 6-3.
Yeah, and Reisenweber did a good job of realizing that. He saw that ball was going to take him deep enough to his right in the hole that there was going to be no shot to get Wabnitz at second base, but he knows his arm strength and realized if he just slowed it down a little bit, there was going to be that opportunity for an out at first. And if you're Caleb Edwards, you got to stretch a little more. You made that play a lot closer than it needed to be, letting that ball get to you.
Kellen Kinsler to the plate. Takes down low and outside. Nice job, Matthew Asanovich, the catcher, dropping to his knees and keeping that baseball in front of him. A ball and no strikes. Kinsler, a sacrifice fly, brought home a run back in that second inning. Back of that right-hand box, somewhat up towards the plate as he takes this fastball on the outer edge for a strike, 1-1. Beautiful sunny day, calm day. Comfortable temperatures. We got a good one going here. 4-3 Martinsburg. Jefferson with the tying run in scoring position. Swing and a miss at a breaking pitch. And now 1-2 to Kinsler.
And again, those breaking pitches just going, it looks like straight up and down for the most part. Not much sweeping action, but more going 12-6 than anything.
Key at bat right here for Paulson as you turn the table and go to the top of the order. Off-speed pitch fouled out of play down the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You really want to get this out here before you have to face Connor Bailey. And right behind him, you've got the Bear, Cullen Horowitz, then Ollinger, then Rose, then Gonzalez. Not easy at the top of that order. Not easy here at the bottom either. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Hit in the air, pretty high, into right field. Isaiah Morris moving in on it. He is under it, makes the grab, and holding at second is Wabnitz. So Paulson gets the out that he needed on a fly ball into right. 2 down with a runner at second and Connor Bailey to the plate. Bailey coming up for a 3rd time in this one. Had a triple into the gap in left center in the first. Came around to score. And then a fly out to center last time up in that 2nd inning. Paulson has the sign from Asanovich, looks at the runner at second, and the pitch grounded slowly towards the shortstop. Coming in on it, Reisenweber. He's got it, turns, throws on to first in time to get him. And on 1 pitch, Connor Bailey grounds out 6-3. Just like that, the inning is over. Jefferson gets a base runner on the leadoff walk. They'll leave him stranded at second base. 4 innings in the books, and your score is Martinsburg 4, Jefferson 3.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Here we go to the top half of inning number 5, and John Lowry Sr. out talking with Riley Vadaz. I guess seeing something in either the delivery and or the approach that he wants, as Vadaz will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in this Martinsburg order.
All right, I'm going to ask a question here that I don't have an answer to. That doesn't count as a mound visit, right?
I don't know.
Action
not in. That's between innings, technically, so I would imagine no.
Okay, that was my thought, but I didn't know what the rule was on that.
The entire infield, will they all come together? No, they won't. Just the corner infielders, pitcher and catcher, get together on that back slope of the mound after the final warm-up toss, and we're ready to go here in this top half of inning number 5. Caleb Edwards to the plate for the Bulldogs. 1 for 2. A ground out to third in the second, and a single to right in the third. Eventually stranded at first base. We've got Riley Vadaz at 72 pitches, 51 for strikes. And the first pitch of this at bat, a fastball inside, ball 1. Michael Lupus, Jake Siddle due next.
Caleb Edwards, 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single his last at-bat.
Fastball low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. You may have even heard Buck Hoffmaster holler that out. Our plate umpire giving us the count verbally, 2-0.
He is one of those that you never wonder what the count is.
And I like that. I definitely do. There is a strike taken by Edwards. It's 2-1. Good size in that right-hand batter's box. Edwards ready, so too Vadaz, and that one fouled straight back, hitting the brick of the backstop just to the left of Matt Crawford.
Check that baseball.
Yeah, that might have a dent in it.
The ball bounced all the way out, so Vadaz could just go get it off the mound. And Sammy Roberts says, throw that in here. Let's check it real quick. Buck Hoffmaster didn't ask for it back. That was purely on the catcher, Sammy Roberts.
He did look at it and went, you know what? That's no bigger a dent than what Cullen Horowitz puts into it. Put it back into play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The break-even pitch is due. Here it comes. Fastball fouled into the netting just above us. Good at bat as Edwards battles.
Did we do something to Caleb Edwards to make him angry?
Matt, the last time that Martinsburg has tasted defeat was on May the 1st. A 10-5 decision at Robert C. Byrd. Game 2, of a doubleheader there in the Bridgeport-Clarksburg area. Edwards takes on the 2-2 breaking pitch in there. That's a called strike 3.
And it's been a battle of the breaking balls again for both pitchers. We've mentioned that throughout the game. And both have that movement working on the breaking ball.
7 Ks now for Vadaz. He's up to 44 strikeouts on this season.
He's got a little more left to right movement on that breaking ball. His opposing pitcher, Joe Paulson, I think more of the 12-6.
Michael Lupus, first pitch swinging, lifts it in the air into shallow left center field. Charging in on it, the left fielder, and he makes a dive and makes the catch. Connor Bailey at the last second going after that one and got it right off the top of the grass.
Yeah, and that more of a stumbling catch than it was a diving catch. Looked like, at least from my vantage point, kind of went to his knees first and leaned forward. Was able to snow cone that. As you could see, the top of the ball sticking out of the top of the glove. Put a star by that one. Nice catch, Connor Bailey.
Yeah, Lupus going after the first pitch, popped it up kind of into that Bermuda Triangle. Gonzalez at short couldn't get out. Wabnitz and Bailey coming hard on it, and it was Connor Bailey to make the catch. 2 away bases empty. Jake Siddle takes inside, ball 1.
Riley Vadaz hoping to go 1-2-3 for the first time since the first inning.
1-0 pitch. Just missed inside. That is ball 2. Siddle, not an easy out.
Retired the first 3 batters in the first. and saw 4 batters as that one bounces past the catcher, Sammy Roberts, 3-0.
He's going to have to battle back if he doesn't give up a base runner here. We'll go back to that second inning, and he retired the first 2 there, so he retired the first 5 batters that he faced before giving up the double to Zittel. Here's a pitch on the outside. Nope, off the outside corner. My apologies. Hoffmaster sticking the arm out not to say strike, but to tell the batter, go to first base. That is ball 4. Jake Zittel now been on base 2 out of his 3 times up. A double, a strikeout, and a walk.
And for Riley Vidaz, came in just 5 walks on the season. He's now got one in each of the last 3 innings.
One of those, an intentional walk. First pitch to Shine Knotts in the dirt and outside. Sammy Roberts able to snag that one, a ball and no strikes. So 3 walks for him today. Vidaz turns, fires over to first, and Jake Zittel, not a real big lead. Back in easily. He'll stretch out that short lead again, held on by Rose. 1-0 due to Knotts. Here it comes. Hit in the air, but very high into left center field. Sam Wabnitz ranging back, ranging over to his right, camps underneath of it and pulls it in, and the side is retired. So a 2-out walk does not hurt Riley Vidaz as he gets the fly ball out to bring the inning to a close. We go to the bottom of the 5th here at Sager Field with Martinsburg holding on to a 4-3 lead.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Let's go to the bottom half of inning number 5. Jefferson with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Joe Paulson. 59 pitches unofficially, 41 strikes through 4 innings, giving up the 3 runs on 5 hits. Has struck out 3, has walked 1 batter. Gave up that triple to Bailey to open, and then the 2-run home run to Horowitz. Then committed an error on a slow roller up the third base line off the bat of Reagan Ollinger. And at that point, Kurt Zarnecki went out. Said, young man, settle down. It's early in this game. Relax. And he strikes out 2 of the next 3 batters, and Matt really has settled in nicely.
He has, and this should be interesting as we get over the next inning and a half. Martinsburg hasn't played in a whole lot of tight ball games this year.
First pitch to the Bear. Cullen Horowitz outside, ball 1. Well, Aaron Byler electing to let Paulson go after the big right-hander who had that 2-run home run in the first, and they pop out to right his last time up. Pitch down low and outside, bounces in the dirt through to the backstop.
Maybe he's figuring he got his home run out of the way. Just pitch to him now. What are the odds he hits 2?
Probably pretty good because he did that back on April the 19th. And as Byler said, I don't think either of them have come down yet. So here goes that 2-0. That one off the outside edge, 3-0. This may be the intentional walk, if you will. As Paulson's not going to give him any reason to swing the bat. 3-0 the count. Swing and a miss. He went to a knee on the cut on that pitch.
That's got both sides chirping a little bit.
That one off the outside edge. Would have been ball 4. Horowitz does have 17 walks on this season.
I wonder how many of those are intentional.
He gets a pitch to hit and lines it into straightaway center field, but right at Shine Knotts. He comes in a few steps and then pulls in that line drive, and Horowitz retired. Boy, oh boy. I mean, look at the number. 479 batting average, 621 on base percentage, and Matt, listen to this. with the 12 home runs. He also has, now 13 home runs, 6 doubles, only 5 singles, 24 hits, and most of them are extra bases, giving him a slugging percentage of 1.354. First pitch to Reagan Ollinger, missing ball 1. That one was high. I mean, those are just some crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And now the single-season home run mark at 13. Pitch down low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Not a trend that Paulson wants to get into here, falling behind hitters.
It'll be interesting to watch Horowitz and see how that game evolves at the next level. Because, again, those are good numbers, but once you get to the collegiate level, you've got to be able to spread the ball around a little bit more than that.
Yeah, and that pitching will be a lot different as well. Ollinger takes, and that 2-0 finds the strike zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. He reached on an error in the first, had a single into right center in the third. 2-1 pitch hit in the air into center field. Shine Knott's coming in on it, is there to make the grab. 2 down in the inning. Bases empty, and brings up Zach Rose. Did I hear a doodle there just a moment ago from the fans to our right?
I'm not sure.
That would be the Zach Rose rooting section. Rose a single his last time up, 1 for 2. Paulson delivers, and it's a bouncing ball, and the second baseman ranging over to his left. Clement has it, slipping a little bit, throws sidearm, and throws it right by the first baseman. Bounced off the fencing in front of the Cougar dugout, grabbed by the catcher just in front of us, and Matthew Asanovich with the throw to second, not in time, and Rose will reach.
It goes all the way to second on the air. You said it perfectly. Hudson Clement moving to his left and having to get on an awkward kind of in-between hop as he's going to approach that baseball, and slipped and fell, having to get up quickly and fire it over to first base and off target. And that's something you can't do against Jefferson, especially this late in the game, is give them not only 1 free base, but now advancing to second on the bad throw.
Yeah, that is a tough play there for Clement. Rushed it just a little bit. And head coach Aaron Byler talking with our plate umpire Buck Hoffmaster. I'm assuming about some players being along that fence line as that throw banged off of the fencing right in front of the Jefferson dugout. And so I guess now they're pushing all of the coaches or anybody that's in a little hole in the fence there for the players to go on and off the field, push them back just a little bit. Camian Gonzalez to the plate, a runner in scoring position representing the tying runs with 2 outs in this bottom of the 5th. And the pitch to Gonzalez lifts it in the air down the right field line. Long run for Isaiah Morris. It's going to get into foul territory, and he could not make the play.
Just foul, not by much. I know that your angle cuts off about probably 20 feet before that ball went out of foul territory. I'm able to see pretty much to the foul pole, and that wasn't foul by much.
So it is a foul ball, strike 1, long run, great effort by Isaiah Morris. Yeah, I get cut off by the corner of the dugout and the players that are in front of that dugout down the first base line. Gonzalez 0 for 2, a ground out to second, a strikeout swinging. Looking for a clutch 2-out hit, and you look at Martinsburg, and it's been 2-out hits that have scored all 4 of their runs. So you got to make something happen. Although, no, I stand corrected. There was only 1 out when Morris had his big base hit, right?
Yeah.
So the clutch 2-out hit from Reisenweber, though, has them in front.
Those back-to-back strikeouts after that in the inning to retire the side.
0-1 pitch, slowly rolling off the end of the bat up the first base line. Paulson, the pitcher, over to pick it up, and the short underhand toss to Edwards at first, and Gonzalez will bounce out 1-3. The side is retired, and a nice piece of pitching by Joe Paulson, working around at that 2-out error, and a runner will be stranded at second for Jefferson. We'll head to the 6th inning when we return to Sager Field. Still Martinsburg 4, Jefferson 3.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton on our TV 10 camera. Donald Kinney, our on-site producer, with Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. It's a 4-3 lead for Martinsburg as they come to the plate top half of the sixth inning. And back in with our play-by-play, here's Matt Crawford.
Thank you, sir. Some conversation with looking down the right field line.
So
Riley Vidaz back on the mound. It'll be Matthew Asanovich leading it off. 8-9-1 due up for the Bulldogs, as Aaron Byler going to call Asanovich down to have a quick chat with him. 4-3, top of inning number 6. There's 2 runs in the bottom of the first for Jefferson, 1 in the bottom of the second. And for Martinsburg, they won the third and fourth. 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Scoreless through 5. First pitch to Asanovich, in for strike 1.
There it is again. Great movement on the pitches from Vidaz. 86th pitch, though, right there, getting deep into this one.
Asanovich sends this one into right center. That is going to be caught on the run. Great read off the bat by Sam Wabnitz, catching that one on the run, coming in, 1 down. That one looked like it was going to drop right in front of him, but the wheels in center field for out number 1.
Yep, ball got just a little too much air under it, and Asanovich thought when he came off the bat that he had at least 1, maybe even 2, but a nice play by Wabnitz.
Brings up Hudson Clement. 1 down as the righty steps in. Shadows now going almost over to center field here at Sager Field. First pitch, a breaking ball low. Clement thought about it, but is able to hold up ball 1. So far in the game, Hudson Clement, a double, an infield single, a stolen base, and has scored 2 runs. That is productivity in the number 9 spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, 3 of the 4 runs that have scored were the 8 and 9 hitters.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1 as Vidaz reaching back on that one, swinging right through was Hudson Clement.
Yeah, definitely put a little something extra on it.
Cullen Horwitz playing in on the grass at third base. Everybody else normal depth, and doing so wisely as a slow hit ball to Horwitz. He throws over to first, and it gets past Zach Rose. Rounding first, going to second is Hudson Clement on the throwing air. Throw down to second. Is it in time? No, safe. Underneath the tag is Hudson Clement, and he is at second on the E5.
Yeah, there you go. Clement hitting that chopping ball down the third base line. Horowitz charging on it. Fielded cleanly, but had to make that throw on the run. Clement has good speed getting down the line, coming out of that right-hand batter's box. And that throw drifted into foul territory. Zach Rose trying to get it, but just could not get to it.
That is frustrating as an infielder. You're playing in expecting that to happen. You think you play it perfectly, just can't get that throw over at first on target. First pitch to Landon Siffers. We're back to the top of the order. That one misses, ball 1. Out of the stretch, Vidaz looks in. Quick head turn back to second. Here comes the 1-0. This one lifted into right field. Kinsler coming in. He will make the catch. On second base, Clement didn't tag. He went about a quarter of the way to third and then retreated back to the bag as that one shallowing up in right. He wasn't going to be able to make it to third. 2 down.
Jack Reisenweber received the intentional walk back in the third inning. I guess they'll pitch to him here with first base open and 2 outs. That's after Isaiah Morris delivered the bases clearing double back in that third.
Reisenweber will see a pitch here. Here comes the breaking ball. That one in for strike 1.
Remember, Reisenweber battled through a, 6-pitch at bat in which he didn't see a ball. An 0-2 count and fouled off several pitches before putting one in play for the RBI hit.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That breaking ball low and away. Good job by Roberts to keep that one in front. Count even at 1. Good ball game here as we're into the final 2 innings. 4-3. Martinsburg has the advantage. Vidaz ready with the 1-1. That fastball high inside, ball 2. Count 2-1 to Jack Reisenweber. Isaiah Morris stands in the on-deck circle. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Had a bases-clearing double to tie this one up at 3 in the third inning. Dawes looks in. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. This one a ground ball over to the shortstop. Bounce up to Camion Gonzalez. A favorable hop, and Reisenweber limping on his way to first. And he is in some pain as he's working up that first base line. He only got about 60 feet up the line, and hopefully he's okay. Bo Bartley over there talking to him right now. We'll get a better idea of his condition when we come back. No runs come across in the top of inning number 6, bottom of the 6th. When we come back, it's Martinsburg leading Jefferson 4-3.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Welcome back into Sager Field. Reisenweber still about 30 feet from first base. That's where he was when we took a commercial break, laboring out of the box. As now the trainer seems to be working on that left shoulder a bit. But definitely there was some, it would have looked like it was lower body the way he was laboring getting up the line. But again, complete speculation right now. As yeah, it's definitely something with that left shoulder. But again, the way he couldn't get up the first base line, the initial thought was it was something in the lower body.
I think the pain was just such that he was kind of holding that shoulder and or holding that rib cage area and just, slowly moving up the line because of the pain. That kind of gave you the indication, well, is it lower body, is it upper body, in a hockey term? And it looks like it is an upper body, and I think he will probably come out of this game, see who Martinsburg gets in there to play short.
Yeah, I can't imagine if the pain is that bad, him having full range of motion on that glove hand. Trying to look to see who's at shortstop right now. Although, looks like there's a glove coming out to him, and he's going to try to stay in the ball game. Love that from the senior.
There it is. Jake Siddle going to bring the glove out and hand it to Reisenweber, and his regular hat as well. Reisenweber's going to field a backhand and make that throw on to first. Good news is that, it's not his throwing arm, right? They were looking at that left shoulder, and again, you can see, hopefully through our TV10 camera, that he was still kind of moving that shoulder and arm in that circular motion, even after picking up that first roller that was thrown his way by Caleb Edwards, the first baseman. So
I know Martinsburg is hoping he does, but if you're looking as a Martinsburg fan as some sort of silver lining, it would take extra innings probably to get him back up in this ball game, so swinging should not be an issue. 6-7-8 for Jefferson in the bottom of inning number 6. Breaking ball, that one misses inside, maybe a little high as well to Finn Horowitz. Paulson back out for his 6th inning on the mound. That fastball trailing away, ball 2 as it was off the plate.
We've got him now at about 73 pitches, and so far 48 of those have been for strikes.
Sam Wobnitz stands on deck. Here comes that 2-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Now an inner third of the plate. Horowitz watching that one the whole way.
He's looking for his first hit, 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging and a line out into left field.
At 2-1, a called strike 2. Switching sides of the plate there. That one outer third, just below the letters. Count even at 2. Paulson looks in out of the windup, gets the pitch he wants. Quickly into that 0-2 delivery. Finn Horowitz threw the hands at it a bit, but never went around on the ball that missed low and away. Count full, 3-2.
Yeah, again, a lot of movement on that pitch, breaking down and away from the right-hand batter.
And Joe Paulson, I think, probably has the most compact delivery in the Eastern Panhandle. That's the 3-2, low and away, ball 4. Finn Horowitz reaches for the first time today. 6 pitches in that at-bat. Going to bring up Sam Wabnitz. But you look especially out of the windup at Joe Paulson, that left foot kind of twisted in, and it is 3 quick movements before he is coming home. Not a whole lot of time in that delivery.
Just a second walk he has allowed so far today. He's countered with 3 strikeouts. Defense has played well behind him, although there have been 2 errors. Neither error has come back to hurt.
Wabnitz steps in that right-hand batter's box. Here comes the first pitch to him. That fastball high as it brought Matthew Asanovich up out of his crouch to a full stand, and it was still above the helmet.
Wabnitz has been on twice, Matt. Solid job out of that number 7 spot in the order with a double, a walk, and has scored a run.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Wabnitz. That one called strike 1 at the plate. Again, going inside. Trying to pound Wabnitz inside is Joe Paulson. Saw him start inside to Finn Horowitz, then work that outer edge of the plate. See if there's a similar strategy here. Check back over to first. Back in standing up is Finn Horowitz.
Oh, not Horowitz. Got a new runner over there.
Looks like a number 1.
It is. That would be Peyton Corwin.
And that is a pinch runner situation as Horowitz is the DH. A swing and a miss. Corwin on the move. He is in at second on the feet first slide. Called strike on the swing at the plate. Count 1-2, and now the tying run in scoring position is Peyton Corwin.
Yeah, we know the speed that Corwin has. Many times when we have called a Jefferson game, he has been in that top spot in the order.
And Matt, from where we're sitting, it very well may have been Peyton Corwin who was the pinch hitter right there. I didn't get a number on the back of the jersey, but also didn't see any changes at the plate. This one sent the opposite way into right field, moving over on it, and making the catch is Isaiah Moritz. Tagging up at second is Corwin, and he is into third standing up. So an effective first out of the inning as the tying run just 90 feet away.
Matt, is it the Yogi Berra-ism, you might call it? Deja vu all over again? Not quite the same scenario in regards to that second inning when Wabnitz reached on a leadoff double, but you get a base on balls, a steal, then you get that flying out to right, advancing that runner from second to third, so with just 1 out, see if Sammy Roberts can get 1 out of the infield and bring in that tying run.
Roberts 5 runs driven in on the year. Here's the first pitch to him. Ball outside, sliding over to keep it in front is Asanovich. Ball 1. Roberts 0 for 2 on the day. A ball sent to the outfield and a ground ball to the shortstop. Here is the 1-0 pitch. That one into center field, and that will drop in front of Shine Knotts, and that will tie the ball game up at 4. Coming in to score from third is Peyton Corwin, RBI number 6 on the year, and hit number 10 for Sammy Roberts.
There you go. A walk, a steal, a fly ball to advance the base runner, then the RBI single, and that's Jefferson. They will find a way, manufacture runs. Time taken, and it looks like we'll have a pinch hitter here. It wasn't a pinch hitter. Griff Horowitz was at the plate, so it was a change of runners. And hang on, we had Mark Smith, who was making his way towards the plate, but Coach Lowry, I think, may be calling on someone else in this situation.
Be Kinsler to come back
so
and
it will
hit.
be Kinsler, okay.
So it'll be the third at-bat for Kinsler. He has a run driven in today. Sacrifice fly to left field. And Jefferson, if they can find a way to manufacture one more run here in the bottom of the 6th, this game spins to putting Martinsburg on the hot seat in the top of the 7th. Kinsler awaits that first pitch. Here it is. Squares around a bunt, pulls back, and wisely does so as that one missed off the plate, ball 1. Paulson out of the stretch. taking his time on the mound, and time called by Kellen Kinsler as he throws back over to first base. And man, I think there's I think that's a pinch runner at first base as well, because Sammy Roberts is putting the catching gear back on, it looks like.
Yep.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch again, scoring around a bunt is Kinsler. Pulls back, and that one again misses outside, ball 2.
Can't tell, but that may be Shipe. Daquan Shipe out there, and it is.
So 2 pinch runners used in this half inning. Although that's a courtesy runner, not a pinch runner. It's for Sammy Roberts. Ball 3 as that one misses outside, and one more that misses the zone, and Shipe could be in scoring position to take the lead late in this game. Paulson set, delivers that 3-0, misses, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Kellen Kinsler. And flip the order as we are back to the leadoff batter, Connor Bailey.
This is a tough situation for Martinsburg and starting pitcher Joe Paulson. We would have him up around, let's see, at 16. You're talking probably about 87, 88. So he's nearing 90 pitches. Has now walked 2, given up the RBI single. You get to the top of the order, and you got Bailey and then Horowitz. This is tough.
First pitch swing, lifted foul out of play over towards the building to the right. That is the locker room and indoor hitting facility.
Bailey had a triple his first time up, but Paulson has gotten the better of him the last 2 times with a fly out to center and a ground out to short.
Runners at first and second, 1 down. Here comes the 0-1. That breaking ball off the plate. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. It is Horowitz in the on-deck circle. And if you're Martinsburg, you are hoping for a double play ground ball here. That is not the batter you want up with an opportunity to take the lead in this game late. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, sent into the gap in left center field. That is down for a base hit. Rounding third, it's Shipe. He's going to try to score. In comes the throw, the relay in, the head first slide, safe at home. And Jefferson takes the lead on the RBI single for Connor Bailey. The throw was there, just not quite in time, and Shipe able to beat it by a split second.
Yeah, Bailey getting that pitch again. Paulson with that pitch a little up in the zone, and it was drilled out into left center field. Nice play as Sifford came up firing, hit his cutoff man, but that throw to the plate just a touch too late.
Kurt Zarnecki going to make his way to the mound, so not going to be a pitching change, just a conversation on the mound.
Tell you, Matt, how tough has it been for Martinsburg to win here at Sager? When's the last time it was done? The 2013 season when they split in the regular season and Jefferson won at Martinsburg 7-0, and then later in the year, Martinsburg won down here 8-1. At that point, Jefferson reeled off 11 consecutive wins in the series until the Bulldogs in 2019 knocked off the Cougars 5-2, but that game was played at Martinsburg. So it has been since 2013 for the Bulldogs to score a victory here at Sager.
I was a junior in high school.
There you go.
I'm now 3 years removed from college, and the last time they won, I was a junior in high school, or at least one here. Cullen Horowitz steps in, 2 runners on. Jefferson the 1-run lead, a breaking ball. This one lifted into center field, going back onto this Shine Knotts. He gets back to the wall. It goes off of the wall. Runners will advance to second and third as Horowitz has to wait to get to second base. 1 run going to come around to score, and Jefferson takes the lead by 2. As coming around from second base is Kellen Kinsler. 6-4, the Cougar lead on the RBI double for Cullen Horowitz.
3 runs batted in on the day for the Bear, and another extra base hit, and that one just continued to carry out into that right center field gap, and a nice try by Shine Knotts, but he got there, knew he was right close to the wall, and just as he slowed down, that one hitting the top part of the wall. Tell you, he hits him as high as he does far.
Yeah, that one looked like a routine pop fly to center field off the bat, and it just kept carrying without an ounce of wind helping it.
Well, Matt, you go back to that meeting between these two teams April the 19th, and what was it? The latter innings. Now, I mean, it was a mercy rule game that ended after 5, but you say 5 runs in the 4th inning and 9 more in the 5th inning were the difference. Otherwise, that was still a 2-0 game at the time, and here we go late in this one.
Reagan Ollinger has intentionally walked. That makes it a forced play at any bag with 1 down. Brings up the lefty Zach Rose. I believe we will have a pinch runner at first base. We will. That is a number 12, Mason LaFollette. Matt, that definitely was a doodle.
That's what I heard.
We do enjoy knowing nicknames. It's our thing. Bases loaded for Zach Rose. First pitch, inside, ball 1. Rose, the 8th batter to come to the plate for Jefferson in the bottom of the 6th. And now Martinsburg down to their final 3 outs when they come to bat in the top of the 7th.
They will have the meat of the order. 3,
Yes.
4, and 5 coming up.
Rose awaits the 1-0. Pulsing out of the stretch. Here's the delivery. That one low. Asanovich keeping that in front on the hop. Count 2-0. Nowhere to put Rose.
No.
It's the only issue with walking the bases, with intentionally walking the bases loaded, is you don't have that crutch to lean on that a walk doesn't drive in a run. Paulson comes set, has the pitch he wants. Quick look back to second, and all the runners in a time call to the plate. Corners are in with 1 down. Middle infield is playing back in double play depth, hoping to turn 2 and end the inning.
And this one could get out of hand very quick.
Similar to the way the first meeting went.
Yep.
It was that 1 inning. Paulson again, comes set. Here's the 2-0. This one ripped into right field, and that will be down for a base hit. Isaiah Moore, some trouble getting it in right field. 1 run comes across, stumbling around to third base is Colin Horowitz, and we're going to have a rundown between second and third base. Advancing to second, or attempting to, is Zach Rose, and he will be tagged out to end the inning. So one of the most unconventional double plays you will ever see. Colin Horowitz tripped over the bag coming around third base. A rundown between first and second. It was LaFollette getting run down there, and then Zach Rose trying to advance on the rundown, and he gets tagged out trying to go to second base. 3 runs come across in the inning. Martinsburg down to their final 3 outs as we go to the top of inning number 7. Jefferson leads 7-4.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Welcome back into Sager Field. Matt, we really have seen just about the strangest things we have ever seen on a ball field this year. Again, rundowns happen, but it seems like in every other game we've had this year, it's something that you usually don't see in a baseball game. Again, that probably the most normal of things we've seen that is, I don't want to say out of the ordinary, but just a little bit different twist to the ball game. But we have certainly seen some things. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, Jefferson plated 3 in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead.
Matt, we're going to have a new pitcher to try to close things out for Jefferson as Camion Gonzalez is going to take over on the hill for Riley Vidaz, who will work 6 innings and would stand to be the winning pitcher in this situation. I believe this should be a save opportunity with just the 3-run lead right now for Gonzalez.
I do stand corrected. I hadn't scribbled in the last run due to the rundown. 4 runs come across in the bottom of the 6th for Jefferson to give them that 3-run lead, 7-4. So Camion Gonzalez is going to try to close things out. This would be a 3-run lead, a save situation for Camion Gonzalez. We'll get you that stat line for Vadaz here in a minute. Looking to see who's that shortstop. Can't quite tell with no numbers on the front of the jerseys. Martinsburg down to their final 3 outs of the game. First pitch from Gonzalez. Catches the outside corner, strike one to Isaiah Morris.
Vadaz, 6 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, 7 strikeouts. He walked 3 batters, and again, the pitcher of record, 96 pitches. We had 64 for strikes.
That 0-1 pitch high and outside, taken for ball 1 to Morris.
Well, Martinsburg scored 3 in that 3rd inning, so the Dogs have to have a little confidence coming in that they could do that again.
That 1-1 pitch, this one ripped into right center field, and that is in for a base hit. A diving effort in center field by Sam Wabnitz. He's not able to get to it, and it gets behind him, so it's a leadoff double for Isaiah Morris, his 2nd double of the night.
That's a tough call right there. When you're in center field, you got a chance. It's sinking quickly. You feel like you can go get it, and you got to make that decision. Are you going to try? And if it gets by you, you end up giving up the extra base, or do you just play that on a hop and keep the runner to 1 base? He went for it and just missed.
We'll now bring up Caleb Edwards. Edwards on the day, 1 for 3. He has a single. His last at bat, a strikeout looking. Quick mound visit as Sammy Roberts going to go out and talk to Gonzalez.
Again, scores from earlier, if you miss them, Hedgesville falling at Allegheny today by a 14-5 final, and Washington took care of Musselman by a 12-2 final.
I think that's the biggest shock of the day.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming. Gonzalez looks in, out of the stretch, gets the pitch he wants with a runner on second base. Here comes the first pitch to Edwards. Breaking ball in for strike 1.
Hey, to my right side, Trip Tobin, American Legion coach. I think he's got his hairdryer with him. Is that what that is? Oh, no.
He's scouting, that's for sure. I want to speed on this one, Trip. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss on the fastball. 78. Not too bad. 0-2. Now the count to Caleb Edwards. Trip, you do know to point that at the pitcher, right? Ball coming in. All right, just making sure you know how to work that thing. 0-2 the count. Nobody down. Top of inning number 7. Martinsburg needs 3 to see the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the 0-2. That one low, ball 1.
Good pitch, had the plate, but down below the knees. See if you might get him to go after that one. He did not. It's 1-2. And another mile an hour on that one.
Yeah, picked up a mile an hour. Almost up to the speed of most people on 81.
I was going to say, if I could drive by it, I would get that up to 79, but not if I was throwing any object.
Ready with the 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball. That one just missing low. Ball 2. Count even, 2 apiece.
Yeah, pretty good movement on that pitch. But just could not quite find the strike zone.
Edwards came into today a .356 hitter. Picked up his 17th hit of the season. Gonzalez comes set. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one lifted high and out of play. Going back to where else? The cow field behind us.
Gonzalez has appeared in 7 games on the season, Matt. 1-0, but no ERA. Has not given up an earned run in 12 1/3 innings. Just 5 hits, 2 runs, but neither one earned. 15 strikeouts and 3 base on balls. So he has been solid on the hill.
No doubt about it. Comes set here, again with the 2-2 breaking ball. This one, a ground ball. Gets past Colin Horwitz on the dive. Freezing at second is Isaiah Morris. He'll now advance to third in on the head-first dive. And that's a single and a double now to start the top of the 7th inning. In Martinsburg, something going here.
Well, there you go. He is close to giving up that first earned run. If Martinsburg can find a way to get in that runner from third base, we'll have a runner take over at first.
Looks like a 25 or 35.
Let's look down. That would probably be Isaac Grove in 25.
Let's go with that.
So Isaac Grove now serving as a pinch runner.
Michael Lupus steps in. Lupus 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Did fly out to right field. I'll pop out into the outfield depending on how deep. They get Martinsburg back within 2 here. A foul ball into the netting just to our left. Strike 1.
A big opportunity, down by 3 runs. Got your first 2 on. Martinsburg's got to find a way to make this happen.
Gonzalez definitely slowing the pace compared to Riley Vadas. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Lupa's fastball. That's low and gets between the legs of Sammy Roberts. Didn't turn the glove over. Coming in from third to score is Isaiah Morris, and Martinsburg back within 2, 7-5. Advancing to second is Isaac Grove.
So there you go. Martinsburg able to get a run in, another run in scoring position. Right now it's that guy at the plate that is the most important.
That's a case where Sammy Roberts had the glove turned backwards to try to scoop that one instead of turning the glove over and blocking it and keep it in front.
Now it's Ken Cross as the pitching coach for Jefferson, wanting to come out as Sammy Roberts, the catcher, went to meet with Gonzalez on the hill. So there'll be that conference. Still nobody out, a run in. Count on the scoreboard, 2-1 to Lupus.
And Matt, not an awful day for the bottom half of the order for Martinsburg.
Or either team, really.
Yeah, but you're looking at the next couple that could be up. And a double for Jake Zittel earlier in the game and a walk, who is in the on-deck circle right now. And if you're able to get to Hudson Clement, he's reached all 3 times, including a double and a single. He's come around to score twice, so there's been production in the bottom of the order for the Dogs today.
The bottom, but you're looking 5, 6, and 7 are combined 1 for 8 with a double and a walk. Now's when you need him to step up.
Gonzalez looks in, gets the pitch. Will step off the back of the rubber and check the runner back to second, Isaac Grove.
I thought so. They've changed the scoreboard. It's 1-1, not 2-1.
Did I say 2-1?
No, but okay. I had noticed it earlier, and I marked my book based on that, and I brought that up. So
here comes the 1-1 pitch from Gonzalez. Fastball low, inside, ball 2. Now 2-1. They were just predicting the future.
They got it right. They've been talking to you. You did that earlier. Picking a couple of balls being hit specifically to batters. Or should I say defenders.
2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 3. And Gonzalez can't get the first out of the inning. Still an opportunity here. But he'll have to. Yeah, can't miss.
This game is crazy, isn't it?
It is.
How momentum shifts and flows and changes.
Here comes the 3-1. Fastball swing and a miss for Lupus. Now a full count and a big 3-2 pitch coming up.
And both of these crowds getting into it. You love it. The Martinsburg faithful rooting on Lupus. Seeing if he can keep this rally going with nobody out, a run in and a runner at second.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Gonzalez. Low bounces away from Sammy Roberts, advancing to third and rounding third. Now we'll go back to the bag as Isaac Grove, runner at the corners on the wild pitch.
So a wild pitch, ball 4. And now here comes John Lowry, and that may spell the end for Gonzalez on the hill. Yep, go back to shortstop.
It is, and coming in from right field, looking to get a number as he makes his way to the mound. That is number 8, so
Griffin
that'll be Finn Horwitz coming in as he gets in his warm-up pitches. Let's send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout, 7-5. Martinsburg trying to rally to keep playing. Back after this.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
Finn Horwitz getting in his warm-up pitches. He'll be the...
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons
And he comes in his 4th appearance of the season. All have been in relief. He's worked 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, 2 runs both earned, and he has struck out 3 but also walked 3. That ERA at 3.50. So guy at the plate that can get a strikeout, but at the same time, if Martinsburg can be patient, you might be able to get that base on balls as well.
On a strong outing for Camion Gonzalez. He'll go 0 innings officially, giving up 2 hits. 1 run so far, but 2 runners on that would be his responsibility. 1 walk and no strikeouts. And we were talking about it in the break. It's always fun when 2 rivals get together. And it's even more fun when you're battling for position in your section and region and things get a little chippy and some jawing back and forth between the dugouts.
Yes.
Always adds that little bit of flair to some late season baseball. Finn Horwitz looks like he is finishing up his warm-up tosses. Gets a quick pat on the back from brother Cullen. We are just about ready for action as Lupus going to make his way back to first base. Standing at third base is Isaac Grove. He is the pinch runner for Caleb Edwards, who reached on a single into left field. Stepping in will be Jake Zittel. Our 2 umpires conversing as we're waiting on a catcher to come back in. As Sammy Roberts no longer behind the plate. That is Connor Bailey.
So
now behind the plate.
A new left fielder as well. Didn't quite see it.
Yeah,
maybe. Is that Shipe? Perhaps Daquan?
It could very well be.
Can't tell.
Yeah, can't see a number.
Completely turns around. Yep, 42.
All right. So Daquan Shipe out in left field. Now behind the plate is Connor Bailey. Again, there'll be a test later, folks. Make sure you're paying attention. Jake Zittel so far on the day is 1 for 2 with a walk. He had a double his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Bailey stepping out in front of the plate, giving that first and third defense. As Zittel steps back into that right-hand batter's box momentarily, looking down, getting some signs from Martinsburg head coach Aaron Byler. Lupus gets that lead off first base as Zittel steps in. First pitch from Horwitz, low and away, ball 1. Fastball with a little bit of zip on it. See if Tripp gets back to work over there, can give us some speeds. See what the speed difference is. Quick look back over to first. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. That fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Well, that one hitting 80 mile an hour on the radar gun.
Progressively getting a mile an hour faster. Took a couple of different pitchers to do it, but changing up that first and third defense, it looks like. Connor Bailey not coming back behind home plate. As Horwitz looks over at first as Lupus gets his lead. I will glance back over, gets the pitch he wants. Comes set out of the stretch. Here comes that 1-1, that low, blocked by Bailey. Now he'll throw behind the runner at first. Back in safe, barely, is Michael Lupus. He had gotten a good secondary lead on a ball in the dirt, but Bailey doing a good job of keeping it in the front and a good throw. But Lupus just a bit quicker than that throw down to first base.
Let's take it up another mile an hour at 81 on that last pitch.
See what this one has in store. The count 2-1 to Jake Zittel. Here comes that 2-1 pitch. Low inside, ball 3.
We mentioned in the stats earlier, even up in strikeouts and walks. He's got the ability to strike out, but he's also shown that he'll be a little wild.
A walk would load the bases. Check back over to first base as Lupus is in on the head first dive. Even a head first slide back in is pretty much just dove back in and flopped on first base. Horwitz looks in, ready with that 3-1 delivery. This one, a chopper to short, up with it, going over to second to get the middle runner, now over to first, and that one going over the head of Zach Rose, rounding first and heading towards second is Jake Zittel. Here comes the throw in, and the throw beats him there. A unconventional double play. 1 run scores. Martinsburg back within 1 at 7-6. And what a heads-up play and good throw by Zach Rose over at first base.
Well, again, it gets a run in. Grove has scored from third. They're within a run, but now going to have to find a way to make something happen with 2 outs and now nobody on base.
Yeah, you want to get in scoring position, but a tough one for Jake Zittle. We've talked about it, the lineman, not necessarily the speed. But again, that was a great throw by Zach Rose right on the money. Brings up Shine Knotts, first pitch to him. A fastball right down the middle, and you can tell some life coming back into the dugout down the first base line belonging to Jefferson and their fan base to our right. The 0-1 pitch, sawed off on the hand. Zach Rose has it at first. He will toss it over to the pitcher covering, Finn Horowitz, and that is your ball game, 7-6. Jefferson gets the comeback win over the Martinsburg Bulldogs. That is a heck of a late-season high school baseball game, Matt.
Have we seen it all season long? It has been fascinating this year. And, wow, what a baseball game. We saw a pretty good 10-inning game between Spring Mills and Musselman, and this one a pretty good one as well, in a rivalry between Martinsburg and Jefferson.
Yeah, no love lost between these two, as you could tell. Some words said as both going onto the field to greet each other. We will send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute break, and we'll get into our post-game show, recap how this one played out, an exciting game, and give you some stats as well. Again, your final, it is Jefferson getting the win over Martinsburg, 7-6. We're back in 2 minutes.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
Back in as we start the post-game show. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. Donald Kenny, our on-site producer. John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. Well, Matt, a heck of a high school baseball game, 7-6, as Jefferson gets the win over Martinsburg. The Dogs will drop to 14-6, while Jefferson will pick up their 18th win of the season. Martinsburg went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Jefferson gets 2 on a 2-run home run by Cullen Horwitz in the bottom of the first. Martinsburg goes to the top of the second, again scoreless, and the Cougars able to play one more on a sacrifice fly that scored Sam Wabnitz after he led off the inning with a double in the bottom of the second. Jefferson takes a 3-0 lead into the top of the third, but then the Martinsburg bats come alive in the third. The inning started with a error followed by a double, a strikeout for the first out of the inning, then an intentional walk. and Isaiah Morris comes up with the bases loaded and clears them with a double. And from that point, you're going, buckle up, Matt. This one's going to be good.
Yeah, and it was. Martinsburg able to take their first lead 4-3 in that top half of inning number 4 with 2 outs, an infield single for Hudson Clement, a walk to Landon Sifford, and then it was the clutch RBI base hit from Jack Reisenweber, and it stayed that way until you got to the bottom of the 6th inning, and 8 batters came to the plate for the Jefferson Cougars as they put 4 runs on the board on 4 hits, RBI base hits in there from, Sammy Roberts, from Connor Bailey, double to drive in 1 or 2 there from Cullen Horowitz, and so that's when Jefferson really took charge, but Martinsburg didn't go quietly. You go to the top of the 7th, you get a double, you get a single, you get a base on balls, you get a run scoring on a pass ball, you get a run that scores on a very unorthodox double play, and in the end it was 1 run too short as Martinsburg goes down 7-6.
Another 1-minute break to take back at the studio. We will come back and close out our post-game show, give you some numbers, as well as setting you up for our next broadcast. Again, your final here from Sager Field, Jefferson 7, Martinsburg 6.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Welcome back in one final time to the post-game show. Jefferson improving to 18-1 with a 7-6 win over Martinsburg. Martinsburg dropping to 14-6. Matt, let's take a look at some of the numbers. Let's start with pitching totals for Martinsburg. 6 solid innings for Joe Paulson, giving up 7 runs on 9 hits. 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. For Jefferson, Riley Vidaz is going to pick up the win. He went 6 innings, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He gave way to Camion Gonzalez, who looked to shut the door in that 6th. Not so much. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and in 0.0 plus, if you will, didn't record an out. Finn Horowitz comes in, pitches a full inning, no runs, no hits, no strikeouts, and no walks. Matt, offensively, we talked about it all day. Top of the order, pretty productive for both sides. Bottom of the order, pretty productive for both sides, but that heart of the order really didn't do a whole lot today.
Well, not until that 7th inning for Martinsburg, but you look at the 5, 6, and 7 spots for the Dogs and didn't get enough production in that part of the order for the Jefferson Cougars. You look at the 5, 6, and 7 spots, and they put 2 of those runs on the board, a couple of walks and a double in there, but in all, just a fun high school baseball game. Some clutch 2-out hits on both sides. Some good defensive plays. Each team committing a couple of errors, but not overly costly to either team. Just one of those good games. And you see how far Martinsburg has come since losing to this Jefferson team 16-0 in the early part of the year.
All right, final numbers look like this for Martinsburg: 6 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on, 4 in scoring position. For Jefferson, 7 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, 6 runners left on, 5 of those in scoring position. The winning pitcher, Riley Vidaz, he improves to 5-0. Taking the losses, Joe Paulson, he's now 4-2. Time of the game, 2 hours and 1 minute. Well, Matt, next up for us, We're right back at it tomorrow, back where we were yesterday out at Hedgesville. It'll be the Spring Mills Cardinals taking on the Hedgesville Eagles. Our pregame 6:40. Game time is 7 p.m.
And that is the first meeting this year between the two, as their initial first meeting got wiped out by weather earlier in the year, and they're making that one up at Spring Mills on Thursday. So it's like a little major league schedule where you play the same team instead of a series, though, at one location. It'll be one at Hedgesville tomorrow and one at Spring Mills on Thursday.
Looking forward to it. A big thanks to all the folks here at Sager Field, both head coaches, for stats and pregame interviews, along with a big thanks to our crew here. Donald Kenny has been our on-site producer. John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman. Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio. For Matt Miller, I'm Matt Crawford, reminding you one final time. Our final here, Jefferson getting the win 7-6. This has been West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like...
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Ollie's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Arndt McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists, off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.